When a powerful executive speaks, the world listens. But when Sophie Chandauka, a respected figure in the global business and philanthropy arena, raised her voice, the question was not only what she said, but who she was standing up to. The Sussex brand, once celebrated as a revolutionary force of modern royalty, suddenly found itself under the spotlight again. And this time it wasn't the tabloids pointing fingers. It was a woman with decades of credibility in international business and advocacy. Like, share, and subscribe before we continue the untold royal story. Her remarks have sparked a wave of speculation. Was Sophie Chandauka directly challenging the carefully polished narrative of the Sussex PR machine? Or was she shining a light on something far deeper? Something that resonates beyond royal circles and into boardrooms, advocacy platforms, and the global stage? To understand the weight of her words, we must first understand who Sophie Chandauka is. Born in Zimbabwe, educated internationally, and rising to become one of the most influential Black female executives in finance, she has carved her reputation not through publicity but through sheer excellence. She has championed inclusion, supported underrepresented voices, and built credibility far away from the celebrity spotlight. So when she raised concerns that brushed against the image of the Sussexes, a couple whose story has captivated the world, the contrast was striking. On one side, a royal brand built on narratives of resilience, independence, and speaking truth to power. On the other, an executive whose entire career has been about doing exactly that, but in spaces where spin and publicity carry less weight than results and impact. Chandauka's allegations were not shouted in anger, nor whispered in secrecy. They were stated with precision, almost like a lawyer presenting a case. At their core, her words questioned whether the Sussex narrative, amplified by a sophisticated PR strategy, fully aligned with the experiences of those working closest to the brand. She raised concerns about representation, about authenticity, about whether voices like hers, Black, female, professional, were being amplified or overshadowed in the larger royal spectacle. Her challenge was not personal, it was systemic. And yet, it touched one of the most powerful couples on the planet. Here lies the controversy. The Sussexes have built their global brand on the idea of breaking away from old systems of power and giving a platform to those historically silenced. They have spoken passionately about mental health, about inequality, about racism in institutions. But Sophie Chandauka's words introduced a new question. Who controls the narrative inside their own sphere? Did she stand up to the Sussex PR machine? A network that has shaped documentaries, interviews, book releases, and global headlines? And if so, what does that mean for the integrity of their story? Some observers argue that her intervention reveals the limits of celebrity advocacy. That no matter how inspiring the speeches may be, the machinery of publicity can sometimes drown out the very people it claims to represent. Others insist that this was simply a misunderstanding, a collision of perspectives in a space where brand, business, and advocacy intertwine. But make no mistake, this is not just a royal family drama. Sophie Chandauka's intervention strikes at the heart of a larger conversation about how stories are told in the modern age. Who gets to define authenticity? Is it the PR strategist, crafting a narrative for millions to consume? Or is it the quiet, consistent voice of leaders like Chandauka, whose authority is not derived from headlines but from lived experience and professional excellence? Her words carry weight because they do not depend on palace intrigue. They come from boardrooms, from international initiatives, from decades of real leadership. And that is precisely why they are so difficult to dismiss. The reactions have been divided, as expected. For supporters of the Sussexes, Chandauka's remarks are seen as part of the scrutiny that inevitably follows anyone who challenges entrenched systems. They argue that the Sussexes remain pioneers in their mission to democratize the royal narrative. For others, however, her words resonate as a rare moment of accountability, a reminder that even those who claim to champion the marginalized must themselves remain open to critique from the very communities they uplift. At its core, this is about power. Not just royal power, not just celebrity power, but the power to tell stories. The Sussex brand is global, polished, and strategic. Sophie Chandauka's voice, by contrast, is grounded, professional, and uncompromising. When these two collide, the result is not scandal. It is a moment of reflection. Who truly holds influence in today's world? Is it the public relations team shaping royal narratives? Or is it the executives, the advocates, the leaders outside the spotlight who dare to say, "This is not enough"? Sophie Chandauka's allegations are not easily forgotten. They remind us that every polished message, every strategic headline carries with it a question. Who was left out of the story? Her stand, whether against the Sussex PR machine or against the broader forces of selective representation, forces us to confront a truth we often ignore. In the end, the real controversy may not be about the Sussexes themselves. May be about us, the public, the media, the consumers of narratives. Why are we so quick to accept a polished story and so slow to listen to the voices that challenge it? And so we return to the original question. Did Sophie Chandauka stand up to Sussex PR? Or did she simply remind the world that no matter how powerful the brand, authenticity is always greater than publicity? The answer may shape not only how we see the Sussexes, but how we understand power, narrative, and truth in the 21st century.